How to manage problems in a friendship. This is another essential question. You know, like I said in the last video, um, you have three different types of friends. You have constituents who are just there because you're there. You know, they're just for what you're doing and for who you're working against or for. I mean, they're your friends in the workforce, but when it's out in public and they see you, they're gonna ignore you because, you know, because they're not your true friends. They're just there. And then you have your comrades, who are like your constituents, but are even more hostile. They're not for you at all. They're just for who you're against. Um, and then you have your confidants, who are people that are for you, for who you're working for and who you're against. They're all three. Not all three of the reasons, but they're all three of, you know, the particular situations that you may be in, right? But then the problem also arises, how can you fix problems in a friendship, right? That's another essential one. If you have lots of friends, losing one shouldn't really hurt you at all, right? But if it's a very close friend, a very best friend, and you want to be friends with them for a very long time, it's just these little problems that you got to fix. How do you fix them? Well, you know, problems arise in every single relationship with somebody. There's always going to be some type of tension, one way, shape, or form. All right. And in my other videos I did on relationships, one of the key factors that you need is communication, right? And when I say to have communication in a relationship, a romantic relationship, it's not just for relationships. It's also for friendships as well. Which means that I'm gonna stay right here so I'm not walking all over the place. So communication is very important because you need to communicate the problem with your friend, right? If there's some type of tension between you two, you gotta talk about it. If you guys are fighting over a girl or a guy, you gotta talk about it. If none of y'all could have him, nobody has him, right? Nobody gets him. And also the thing about friendship is that you can have close friends, you can have those really, really, really close friends, but I still tell everybody, never trust your friends 100% with everything that makes up you, your personality, the problems that you may have, the relationships that you may have. Never trust them completely. Even your very best friends could do some harm and can do some damage for you, because they may be like, yeah, we're best friends for life, but until something happens to where you guys are no longer best friends, now there's a potential threat, because that person knows personal information about you that you only trust with that person. And now, since you guys are no longer friends, he or she can go out and tell all their friends about you and start this huge gossip thing, and it's bad for you, right? Especially with relationships. If you like this one person, don't tell your friends about it. Keep it a secret for a while, right? You can tell your very close friend, but don't tell them everything that you guys are going to do, all right? And it's up to that person, if they have respect, to keep their distance from that one person, because that's for you, not for them, okay? You just got to communicate. I like to say you can tell 95% of yourself to friends, but keep the other 5% to yourself. That 5% is whatever you don't want them to know about. I recommend to keep relationships private, but not a secret. All right, this goes for everyone. All right, all the friendships out there. So communication is a big one. You gotta work things out. Make sure that you both understand each other's terms and each other's weaknesses and strengths. Make sure that is established so you guys don't misunderstand each other. Okay? Work things out. That leads us to number 2. You gotta work things out. Once you've communicated the problem, you gotta figure out how to fix the problem. Come to a consensus. either come to a compromise, and or just kind of drop the situation. If it's over a guy or a girl, then if you guys are fighting over the person, then none of y'all gets them. That's it. Nobody gets them. Okay. But if it's something else, you just gotta work it out, piece by piece, and give it time to mend. So the day after, don't be all lovey-dovey again. You gotta put some time between the situation and the time where you can regenerate the feelings as if nothing happened. Give it about a week. Give it even a day. Whatever you think is best, according to the situation. Okay? You know, I've had, you have no idea. I have many individuals that they claim to be my friends, that, yeah, they're my friends, but their actions surely don't prove it. And I've tried to communicate, I've tried to do all the trick of the trades, but none of it worked. So if nothing works, right, if they're just your friend, and you're using all the trick of the trade, and nothing changes, they're still the same, they still backstab you, you can't trust them, they still try to come after you, they try to replace you, say they are jealous of a person you're trying to pursue, so they're going to try to take your place or get there first, you drop them. You drop their ass because, hey, they're not your true friend if they do that shit. Okay? It's very emotional with me because I have many friends that have tried to take they try to take my place because I've known them since middle school and they know me since middle school. Maybe I'll do a video about my middle school self where I was overweight, 250 pounds, though I somehow scored a 6 on the mile run, which was incredible. I guess that was only in 8th grade when I was going down the hill in terms of body fat. No, I guess that was all 3 years, amazingly. Anyway, they knew I was overweight, and they knew I wasn't good with the girls because of my weight, though I was good verbally and through text, you know. But I didn't get all the girls, and they knew that, so they took the fame for it. And now, since the tables have turned, right, I've lost 50 pounds, replaced with muscle, went into a bodybuilding program last year, gained a lot of pounds of muscle, right? Now, all their attention is now focused on myself, and they're getting little to no activity, and they're like, what the hell happened? Well, the tables turned. It's called karma. Because they made fun of me in middle school. Now they're just okay. They're not making fun of me now because obviously why would they make fun of a guy that looks better than he was before? But now they've tried to replace me. They've tried to ruin my life. They try to go around my back, but, you know, never handle things the wrong way. Meaning don't use violence as a way to solve problems. If you have beef with a friend, don't use this. Well, actually, use this as an alternative, meaning if there's no other way, then you use this. But you should never ever have to alternate to this because the best weapon that you have is right here, your mouth, and right here. That's the best weapon that you have. And if you don't know how to use this and you automatically alternate to this, then you're not a real man. Okay, you're not mature because that's not how things should be settled because it could be done a different way to avoid that. I have many friends that would always alternate to this without using the mouth, or they would use their mouth and their mind, but use it incorrectly. They would use all three at the same time, and you know what I mean. They'd be, all the colorful words you can think of, in addition to using this, all at the same time, out of anger. No, that's not what you're supposed to do. If you want to be wise, and you want people to think highly of you, use this and use this. Those are your two secret weapons. I only say this to use as an alternative because, even after you use your secret weapons and they still don't work, and they're still trying to come after you the same way as before, as if nothing happened, you threat. You say, all right, I've done everything I can. Now it's time for me to defend my spot, to defend my position. Hopefully it never comes to this, and it shouldn't come down to this because you should know how to use this and that. But you say, hey, hands off. If it's over a girl, say you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, when your friend's trying to take her away or take her or him away from you, then you use, oh yeah, you use this. You can use this and that. If they don't stop, but always your mouth and your mind. Always, always. Never draw away from that. That should be your first method. Stick with it for as long as you can. And then that's when, if it doesn't work after so much time, not after once or twice, try 3 or 4 times. And use a different method every single time. Use different ways to psychologically attack them. Because that's also a neat weapon to use. Psychological warfare. Alright? So that's what you gotta do. Alright, so when you fix problems, make sure you have good communication and make sure that you lay down the ground rules, you know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and you just do everything you can to fix it. Alright? Anything you can to fix it. If it doesn't work, drop them.